Rochester's newest addition, Mike Sisselberger.
Mike, Rochester signed you earlier this week. What do you want to do to help get this team back on track?
Whatever I can, just bust my ass on the court and see what goes on. Just around good guys. It's my first box game ever, so I'm excited to see what happens, and I'm glad to have good guys around me.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. Mike going immediately to the face-off dot. Here, Native Heritage Night at Gas South Arena. The Swarm and Lyle Thompson trying to get to 5-0 on the season. It would be the best start in franchise history. The last time they started 4-0 was 2017, and Drew, they won the NLL Cup that year. And there's Sisselberger already making an impact, pops it to himself and grabs the possession for Rochester.
Yeah, Mike Hazen, surprising that he's able to get it in.
I was gonna say, I don't know if there's many shots or anything with the lacrosse stick that he doesn't know how to do.
No, absolutely not. And actually, in week one, we saw him take the diving shot on the run, low to high, far corner. So if he can do that, he can pretty much do any of those.
Here's Ryan Smith. 6th goal of the year, 11th point now for Knight. Sisselberger back on the dot, and there's Jeremy Thompson winning it to himself. Quite the face-off guy on the other side for Georgia as well. Taken away. Whistle gives it to Rochester. They do not have numbers. Weren't ready to go out the front door just yet. Now they are, as collected by Smith. Just decides to shoot, going for the same side as Curtis Knight on that goal. Goes out of play, Georgia's ball.
Yeah, Jeremy Thompson, amazing face-off guy. I believe changing the angle of release and shooting kind of over and to a certain extent around the Swarm player. When you are that defender, one of the things that you want to do is make sure that you're, and you should probably...
For O'Connor, and a 5th goal there for Gillies, making it 2-1. It's going to be fun to watch Sisselberger go up against Jeremy Thompson. Thompson with one of the top face-off percentages in the NLL so far this season. He's got Sisselberger 2-1 right now. Here's his brother Lyle.
The shooting lane to make that offensive player pull the ball in, because if you don't and the player can shoot around you, the goalie can't see it being released. He only can track it after it starts, and if you can't see the release, you can't really make a good educated guess.
It's interesting because body's in front of the net right now.
It's an awesome bounce shot, just kind of surprising everybody. Rochester really kind of, what's good about that from a Swarm perspective is that forces Rochester to respect him a little bit more should he be out on the top of the power play next time. So just a great job of recognizing that they're not really covering him, and walks in and just buries.
Brian Cole.
Hey, the Swarm will take him to however they can get him at this point.
I was gonna say, if it goes in the back of the net, you're happy. And Andrew Q, pretty happy with that one.
Flanagan's legs and then through Dobson's, or if that just went
Looked like it
short
was
side.
Clean 5-hole. Short side beats Dobson. And congrats to Graydon Hogg as a fast break. Tarbell, or Liam Burns, excuse me, couldn't get it. Jordan McIntosh gets the loose ball back with 2:20 left. Now up for Shane Jackson, who fires.
Swarm do. So I want to see the Swarm come out with a high energy game. You know, I think the effort is still there. I think that Rochester, again, is just kind of doing those little things, those little extra things.
Look at that effort play there from Gilray.
Seal off and then pushing and arriving to the net before the defender. So just a great play. And again, the Swarm defender's you gotta fight over that. You gotta fight through that. So again, those are the little things. The step into that lane, back up, allow your goalie to see it a little bit more.
And I want to bring Lauren in here as well. The defense, Lauren, just hasn't been great so far for Georgia.
To a breakaway and into a great goal.
And we have a goalie change. Dobson is coming out with 10:15 left in the third. Angus Goodleaf gets his first time of the year out of Quebec City, one of those Indigenous players on the Georgia team.
Obviously can't leave someone alone, let alone alone on the backside, excuse me.
Waters gets another on the year from from Orangeville, Ontario, played at Detroit Mercy, and for the Orangeville Northmen as
of defense. You never leave a guy on that backside crease. Our rules where you never slide from the backside crease as well. You will let a guy kind of come in on that breakaway because at least the goalie knows where the ball is coming from. There is no chance, if they're going to come back in this game, it's going to be with efforts like that. I feel as though the Swarm aren't doing enough in terms of like upgrading shots. They're not doing enough in terms of maybe getting a slightly better look, maybe taking that extra step, taking that hit to make a better pass or a better shot.
Cole with 2. Hutchcraft gets the save.
That backdoor goal. So a beautiful play, a beautiful job of waiting and being patient and upgrading for that better shot.
Bomberry from Six Nations, Ontario. Sisselberger rips one from outside.
Hey, he had just walk the ball in and find the angle to shoot. So again, just another miscue. It's a little bit of a weird game because Rochester has done a great job. They're playing with a lot of energy. About guys coming inside, just, you know, take away shooting angles, take away opportunities from the outside. So again, a huge goal from Lyle, and that's what I'm expecting to see more of from him. And I think that's what the Swarm need more of in general, is just don't settle for the
Studded matchups. That's NLL.com/tickets. Back to the faceoff dot. Sisselberger and Thompson. Sisselberger has been huge today for the Knighthawks. Camizio could not get out of that scrum and kept the ball longer than you'd expect.
Pick there. It definitely caught Rochester off guard, and it allowed Q to get to that great position and take that great shot. It's the times where that isn't available where the Swarm need to take. There's another kind of pick set, giving Lynchbury a lot of time, and again, he's just looking to kind of step that in and shoot, and that's a great shot. But again, lots of miscommunication on the Swarm. That's something that I know they'll have conversations about. And those are things that you kind of have to set rules on, like
Rochester takes more shots than anyone else in the league. You see there, 3 of their players are in the top 5 for shots. They have the 2 games.
Doing in this analogy is they're just kind of going for that passing game without doing the running, without doing the dirty work, right? Getting inside and grinding. And they're doing a good job. They're playing, you know, with a decent amount of effort, with a decent amount of hustle, but
One of the big storylines coming into tonight's game was the addition of Mike Sisselberger. 20 of 29 face-off wins. I mean, what an NLL debut.
Not surprised. He's as good as it gets. So when we heard he was playing, can't tell you the excitement we had. We know how good of a player he is, and we know the value of getting those extra touches. So it's good to have him on our side.
Last season, you guys snapped a 4